All right, everyone, welcome back. Let's start with our accounts part. So before proceeding further in accounts, I think we have completed our cash book in the previous session, right? Halima, Peer, and Samiksha. Have we completed our
Yes,
cash book in the previous class?
yes, sir, we
Petty
did.
cash.
Okay, so you guys have any doubt in that particular chapter?
No, sir.
All clear.
All clear. Perfect. And I think I have shared a few questions and a few questions as your assignment and few multiple choice question. Are you guys able to do all of those questions? Any problem in solving those questions?
After adding it.
Okay. Uh, I'm saying that few questions I have shared with you through Nishkash. Those questions are as your assignment and few are multiple choice questions. So is there any problem regarding those assignments or questions?
Sir, I did not get those assignments.
Okay, all right.
Even I didn't get.
You didn't get it. Okay, no problem. I'll ask my team to share the notes with you again. Never mind. Let's start with this chapter, subsidiary books. This is the fifth chapter according to the way we are basically covering the chapter. This is the fifth chapter that we are going to cover. See, first of all, we'll start understanding what is a subsidiary book. See, subsidiary book has been the last chapter that we were discussing, cash book. This is also a kind of subsidiary book. And other than this, we have a few other books like purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, and sales return book, right? So all of these are collectively called subsidiary book. Cash book, we have already covered the meaning of basically cash book. We have understood that cash book is basically concerned with the recording of cash transactions only. Similarly, there are other subsidiary book like purchase, sales, purchase, return, and sales. Every book have different objective and purpose. Every book deals with different kind of transactions. So in this session, we will be talking about the purchase book only. So let's start and understand what is a purchase book. So first of all, keep this in mind that purchase book is a subsidiary book, just like the cash book. Cash book is also a subsidiary book. Similarly, purchase book is also a subsidiary book. And other than cash book, we have purchase, sales return, and general proper. These are all subsidiary books. Now let's start understanding what is a purchase book. See, if you remember that in case of cash book, what we were doing, we were basically recording all the transactions which are related to cash, right? Cash purchases, cash sales, and any transaction that involves inflow and outflow of cash. Similarly, purchase book is just like it is just like cash book, it is also a subsidiary book. So what is the use of purchase book? Purchase book is a subsidiary book which is used to record the transactions relating to credit purchases of goods. Listen to me carefully. Purchase book record the transaction relating to credit purchases of goods only. It first of all, it will not record the transaction relating to cash purchase. Cash purchase are dealt, we have dealt that in the cash book, right? Purchase book is concerned with the purchase of goods on credit only, first of all. Secondly, we will only be recording transaction related to goods in the purchase book. If we are purchasing, let's say if we are purchasing machinery, furniture, or any kind of asset, that will not be recorded in the purchase book. Purchase book will be dedicated for the purchase of goods on credit only. It will not deal in any other kind of transaction. So purchase book is a kind of subsidiary book which will record the transaction relating to credit purchase of goods only. All right. Now there are few features of purchase book. First of all, that we have understood that credit purchases of goods and goods traded or material used for production are recorded in the purchase book. I have just told you that purchase book deal with the purchase of goods on credit only. Similarly, if you have purchased raw material that will be used for production purpose, and this is also on credit basis, therefore it will be recorded in the purchase book. So let's read this point. Credit purchases of goods or material not dealt in, that means all those goods in which business does not operate, in which business does not deal in, will not be recorded in the purchase book. Deal in basically means the main activity of buying and selling of those goods is basically called that business basically deals in that good. Like for example, for a stationary business, selling of notebook, pen, all of these things are basically main activities of business, right? So when the stationary business will buy notebook on credit, it will be recorded in the purchase book, right? But if stationary purchases furniture, if stationary purchases, let's say air conditioner, car, bikes, things like these are not are these are not considered as goods for the business. Therefore these will not be transaction related to these will not be recorded in the purchase book. So first of all, the first feature is that credit purchase book deals with the credit purchase of goods only. Second thing is that entries are recorded in the purchase book on the basis of invoices. Invoice are what? Invoices are basically bill. Whenever we buy a particular product from the supplier or any person, he or the supplier issues a particular invoice to its customer. So let's suppose I have purchased 1000 units of goods from X supplier at rupees 100. All right. So that supplier must have provided me with an invoice, right? And based on this invoice, I will make the entries in the purchase book. So entries are recorded in the purchase book on the basis of invoice, that is bills. All right. After that, this is the third feature of purchase book, that cash purchases are not recorded in the purchase book. That we have already idea about this. Cash purchases are recorded in the cash book only. So these are the three features of purchase book. First of all, credit purchase of goods will be recorded only. Then entries will be recorded on the basis of invoices. Then cash purchases are not recorded in the purchase book. That will be dealt separately in the cash book. All right. Now this is the format for purchase book. This is how the purchase book looks like. See, in the purchase book, we have this column for date. We have the column for particular basically specify the product that we are purchasing from the supplier. And because we will be recording, we will be entering the transaction in the purchase book on the basis of invoice, correct? So we will write the invoice number in this column, invoice number. Then there is ledger folio, and after that we have detail regarding their prices, are at what quantity are we purchasing it at what prices. And finally this will be the ultimately the final column of amount, what is the total amount payable to the supplier. So this is how the purchase book looks like: date, particular, invoice, ledger folio, details, and amount. So let me know, is it clear till now? Is there any doubt? First of all, I have told you subsidiary book are of two type. One is cash book, and then there are other books: purchase, purchase return, sales return, and journal proper. We are currently discussing about the purchase book only. So purchase book is what? Purchase book is like any other subsidiary book. It just record the transaction relating to purchase of goods on credit. There are three features of purchase book: that it record the purchase of goods on credit only. Number two, entries will be recorded in the purchase book on the basis of invoices. And third is only cash purchases are not recorded in the purchase book. It will be recorded in the cash book only. This is the format of purchase book. So let me know if it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, very good. Now let's start with the questions. Let's discuss this question. This is your question. This is basically Verma Brothers Kolkata carry on business as a wholesale cloth dealer. So dealing in clothes is the business of Mr. Verma, right? From the following, write up the purchase book for the January. All right, January information regarding January, April is given. All right, never mind. So basically these are the information. On 3rd April, what is happening? Purchases or purchased on credit from Messrs. Birla Mills, Kolkata. What are the quantities we are purchasing? We have purchased 100 pieces long cloth at rupees 100 each. Then we have bought 50 pieces shirting, rupees 500 each. And there are taxes also applicable: CGST and SGST. CGST stand for Central goods and service tax. SGST stand for state goods and service tax, and both are applicable at 6% each. All right, and this will be on the 6% on the billed amount, whatever the final amount. Then on 8th April, we are purchasing from Ambika Mills 50 pieces muslin, 1000 each. Then IGST is applicable 12%. We have also purchased on credit again from Messrs. Arvind Mills, Ahmedabad. So first of all, let's first of all tell me the transaction that we are doing on the April 8, whether it will be recorded in the purchase book or not. Tell me, transaction that we are entering into on April 8, whether it will be recorded in the purchase book, yes or no? Samiksha and Peer and Halima. On
No,
April 8, we are doing this transaction purchase for
no,
cash from Messrs. Okay, why it will not be recorded?
It will be in the cash book.
It will be in the cash book, right? So April 8 transaction is not relevant for the purchase book. Very good. Now on the April 15, we have purchase of goods on credit. This will be recorded, and again on purchase, we have purchased goods on credit from Messrs. Bharat Typewriter Limited.
Sir, so if it is purchased with cash, then it shouldn't be recorded.
Yes, if we purchase anything on cash, it will be recorded in the cash book, not in the purchase book. All right.
Okay, sir.
So one of the condition to record any transaction in the purchase book is that it must be on credit. Cash
Okay.
transactions are not recorded in the purchase book. All right. So
Sir,
let's solve this question.
you're saying credit, then what about debit, sir?
Credit? No, I'm not talking about the sides of the account. I'm talking about the credit. Basically means I'm buying the goods on credit that I will that what how can I define the credit? Credit is something I'm buying the goods saying that I will pay the amount on some later date. This is credit.
Okay. Yes, sir, but debit will not be included. I'm not saying the right side. I'm saying that the debit.
No, we are not currently talking about the debit and credit side. So
Okay.
just ignore that part. We are not concerned about the debit and credit right now. Just focus on that we are purchasing goods on credit. That means we are buying the goods saying that we will pay the money at some later date.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in order to solve this question, what we will be doing, we will first of all make the purchase book format. All right. And for that, all of you start start making this format along with me. So first of all, give me a moment. So first of all, we will write down the date, and other than date, we will write Verma Brothers purchase book, right? We are making purchase book for Verma Brothers. Okay, and then we will make a column for date, then name of supplier, or the basically you can also write particulars.
sir, there's no invoice number.
Yeah, there is an invoice. In the question, invoice number is not given.
Okay.
There is a possibility that invoice number is not given. Never mind. It will not affect the solution in any way. Ledger folio after this. Then we will make a column for details, and finally the value of good amount. This is how the purchase book will be made. All right, everyone. Now let's look at the first transaction. First transaction is on 3rd April. So we will write down the date of the transaction. Okay, on April 3rd, we are purchasing. April 3rd, we will put the date here. And we are purchasing from whom? We are purchasing from Messrs. Birla and Mills. Okay, so we will write down the name of the supplier here, Messrs. Birla and Mills. All right. And what are we purchasing from them? We are purchasing 100 pieces long cloth. So we will write here 100 pieces long clothes at how much? At 800 each, at the rate of 800 each. Okay. Now we will write down the total value in the detail column. If we are purchasing 100 pieces at 100 unit each, it will cost us how much? 8,000, 80,000, sorry, 80,000, right? Other than 100 piece long cloth, we are also buying 50 piece shirting, 500 each. So we will write 50 pieces of shirtings at the rate 500 each. So this will be 5 5s are 25, 25,000. All right, everyone. Is it clear till now? On April 3rd, we have basically purchases goods on credit from Messrs. Birla. We have purchases what? 100 pieces long cloth, 50 pieces shirtings. These are the various prices, different prices, and this is the total amount, detailed amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
After this, CGST and SGST is also applicable. CGST and SGST is also applicable. So how we will indicate this? Now, first of all, we will total this. Just a minute. See, CGST taxes are applicable on the total amount, right? So total amount will be 80,000 plus 25,000. How much it will be? 1 lakh? 1,05,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now CGST and SGST will be applicable. We will add CGST first of all. At the rate how much? At the rate of 6%, I think. 6%. 6%. And SGST is also at the rate 6%. So can you please calculate 6% of 1,05,000? How much it will be? 1,05,000 into 6%. It will be 6,300. So 6,300 as CGST and 6,300 as SGST. All right. Now we will total this amount again. Let me calculate the total value. Just a minute. Total value after adding taxes will be 1,05,000 plus 6,300 plus 6,300.
1,790.
Okay. So now the final value will be written in the amount column. 1,176,000. All right, everyone. Is it clear until now? Is there any difficulty?
Sir,
Halima?
what we should calculate, sir, after that? After 6,300?
We need to calculate, we need to total this.
All those.
Yes. Basic all of those, not all of those. Basically, we have total this 80 plus 25,000, 1,05,000. Now
Okay,
we
sir.
are adding the taxes in this 6,300 plus 6,300 again. So
Yes,
now we need to total this value only 1,05,000, 6,300 and 6,300. So total will be 1,17,600. Now we will draw a straight line till here. So we are done with the transaction relating to April 3rd. Okay, now let's move on to the next date. Transaction on the next date. On April 8 transaction, this is a basically cash transaction, so it will not be recorded in the purchase book. Now let's go to the April 15. April 15, on April 15, what are we doing? We are basically purchasing goods from Arvind Mill. On April 15, Messrs. Arvind Mills. So we will write the name of the supplier, Messrs. Arvind Mills. And what are we purchasing from him? From this seller, we are purchasing 20-piece coating. So we will write 20-piece coating at the rate 2000 each. And also 10 pieces of shirting at the rate 500 each. And IGST will be applicable. So see, from Messrs. Arvind, we are purchasing 20-piece coating, 10-piece shirting. These are the rates. Now tell me the total value. 20 into 2000, how much it will be? 40,000, right? And 10 into 500, it will be 5,000. It will be 5,000. So total of 40 and plus 5 is 45,000. Now we will apply IGST. IGST is how much? IGST is 12%. So 12% of 45, just a minute, 12% of 45,000 will be 12% of 45,000 will be how much? So 45,000 into 12%, it will be 5,400.
5400.
5400, correct. Now what we will be doing, we will now total this entire value and write the final value in the amount column. So 45,000 plus 5,400, 50,400, it will be recorded on the amount column. This is the final value. Mazen, Halima, Peer. Is it clear, all of you? Is there
Yes,
any
sir.
doubt? You are having any
No doubt.
problem?
No, sir.
Nice, very good. Next question. Next transaction is on April 14. So April 20. On April 20, we are purchasing from Messrs. Bharat Typewriter Limited. So we will write the name of the supplier again. April 20, Messrs. Bharat this time. Okay, Messrs. Bharat Typewriters. So we are purchasing 5 typewriters at the rate 1,400 each. Tell me whether it will be recorded in the purchase book, yes or no?
Yes, sir, it will be.
It will be
Yes.
recorded. Now pay attention to the question. First line, Varma Brothers basically deals in what kind of product? Tell me. What kind of product they deal in? They deals in clothes.
Cloth dealer.
So let me please clarify once again that whenever you purchase goods only, anything which either you will be selling it to the anything that you are purchasing with the purpose to resell it to the customers, or anything that you will be using as a raw material for producing any kind of good, that is considered as goods for the business. Getting my point? Listen to me very carefully, that what I'm saying, first of all, in order to record any transaction in the purchase book, there are few conditions. First of all, transaction, in order to record any transaction in the purchase book, first of all, the transaction must be a credit transaction. And it must be related to only goods. So what is the meaning of goods? Goods from the business point of view basically means goods are those things which we will be selling, we are buying just for the purpose of reselling it to the customer. This will be treated as the goods for the business. Similarly, if we are purchasing anything that will be used as a raw material for producing any kind of good, anything that we are purchasing as a raw material or anything that we are purchasing for reselling purposes. Both will be treated as goods, right? Now tell me, in this question, Verma Brothers, who basically deals with the cloth, right? He's a cloth dealer. So he's purchasing on April 3rd, he's purchasing from Messrs. Bilra, right? And he's purchasing clothes. So this is related to his basically operation of business. And this cloth he's purchasing, he will be basically making these will be considered as a raw material for the Verma Brothers, right? On April 8, he's purchasing from Ambika Mills. This is also a good from business point of view, but this is purchased on cash. Therefore, it will not be recorded in the purchase book. On April 15, Verma is purchasing from Arvind Mills. Again, he's purchasing coating and shirtings. Clothes he's again purchasing, right? So this is again we have recorded in the purchase book. Now transaction on the April 20 is related with the typewriters. So can you tell me whether a wholesale dealer who basically deals in the clothes, who sell clothes to the customers, can you say that that he will be buying typewriter for the purpose of resale,
No.
or whether he will be buying this as a raw material? Tell me. No.
No.
So because what is happening here, typewriter for typewriter for the Verma Brothers cannot be treated as the goods, because Verma Brothers basically deals with the clothes. So any transaction related to the clothes only will be recorded in the purchase book. Transaction related to typewriter will not be recorded in the purchase book. In fact, transaction related to purchase, it will be recorded in the journal proper that we will discuss later in this chapter. We will make a different, we will have different book for that, journal proper. So that is a different thing. But for the time being, just make sure that any transaction that you are recording in the purchase book, it must be of credit nature, first of all, and it must be related with the goods in which business deals with, in which business deals in. Only those kind of goods only. Is it clear, everyone? Yes.
So then if it's like not in this cloth one, but if it's generally one factory or
Sorry,
something,
if it
will
is
machinery be used as a raw material? If it's like a general factory or something, so will machinery be used as a
machinery is not treated as a raw material, Simisha.
Okay, sir.
Raw material is what? Raw material is anything that get converted into final goods. Anything that gets during the process of production, anything that during the process of production gets converted into the final product is a raw material. Like suppose I'm talking about the sheet, right? This sheet is basically for the for example, for the book publisher, this will be a raw material because this sheet will get converted into books. So anything that gets converted into final good is a raw material. But machine does not get converted. Machine is used for production. So machine is not a raw material.
No, sir.
Alright.
So it won't be used in a purchase book, right?
Sorry?
Like if there is a transaction for machinery, so it won't be recorded in the purchase book, right?
Yeah, it will not be recorded in the purchase book unless and until your main business, your main purpose is to sell the machinery. Like suppose you deals in buying and selling of machinery. Your main purpose is to sell the particular kind of machinery.
Okay,
Like
sir.
for example, you are an electronic dealer and you sell washing machines, right? So washing machine is a machine, obviously, but it is for you, it is a what? It is a good. From business point of view, it is a good because you have purchased the machinery for reselling purposes. Getting my point? Anything that we buy for reselling is a good, or anything that we have bought for the purpose of using it as a raw material is a good. But anything that we are buying to basically for production purpose,
Is it
it will
good?
not, it will not be a good. Anything that we buy for production purpose, that is like I'm buying machinery so that I can produce goods using machinery, it will not be a good. Raw material I'm buying to make the final product, it will be a good.
Okay, sir.
Samiksha, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Halima, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Peer, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So in this question, we will be doing these two transactions only. Transaction relating to April 3rd and transaction related to April 15th. We will not be doing this transaction. This is done. This is the final end. All right, everyone. So let's look at the solution. And this is the solution. So we have basically entered two transactions, Messrs. Birla, Messrs. Arvind. And yeah, one more thing, just a minute. One more thing. We will finally on the 30th April, we will make the closing entry. We will basically total this amount, 1,17,600 plus 50,400. What will be the total amount? Just a minute.
168,000.
168,000. So this is your final answer. This indicate that we have the total purchases on credit is 1,68,000. This is the solution. So can we proceed with the other question? Is it done? Everyone, any doubt?
Yes,
Any
sir.
problem? Okay, very good. Next. Now this is the question, and this is a little different from the question that we have already discussed. Just a minute. All right. So this is basically record the following transaction in the purchase book of Subhash General Store. So keep this in mind that Subhash General Store is basically it is a general store. It is a retail shop, and transaction that is relevant to the general store will be recorded in the purchase book only. So transaction that have taken place on May 1st is bought from Messrs. Chunnilal Mamraj. Okay. And these are the various items that we have bought: 100 bags of ITC, 50 bags of rice basmati, and we have also got trade discount of 10%, then CGST and SGST as usual. And on May 3rd, we have bought from Messrs. Kanodia Oil Mills, and these are the items: 40 tins of oil, 20 tins of banaspati. And on May 4, we have purchased from Messrs. Gupta Brothers. And what are we buying? We are buying gram oats. So see, all of the transactions are first of all related to the credit purchases. We are buying all of these goods on credit, and secondly, all the goods are related with the general store. So every transaction will be recorded in the purchase book. All right, everyone, is it clear? In this
Yes.
question, every transaction will be recorded in the purchase book. So let's start with making, first of all, let's make the format of the purchase book, and after that we will start recording each and every transaction. So please make a format. So first of all, what we will be writing, we will make a column for, this is a purchase book for Subhash General Store purchase book. What we will be doing, first of all, so make a column for date, then particulars, or you can also write details of the supplier. Then we have got invoice number. After that, we have ledger folio. Then details of various amount, and finally total value of amount. We will be making few extra column in this question. So for the time being, just leave few space, a little space after the amount. We will be adding more columns after this. So just write down first. Let's look at the first transaction on May 1st. On May 1st, we are buying from Messrs. Chunni Lal. So we will write the name of the supplier, Messrs. Chunni Lal. All right. What are we buying? We are buying 100 bags of wheat at the rate 530 bag each. Then we have also bought 50 bags of rice that at the rate of 500 for each bag. We have also got trade discount, and then there is CGST and SGST is also applicable at the rate of 6%. All right. So see, we are buying 100 bags of wheat at 530 each. So that the total amount will be 53,000. And 50 bags at the rate 500 each. So we will have 25,000. All right. Now we will first of all we will total this amount. How much we are getting? 70.
78,000.
8,000.
All right, 78,000. Now pay attention. Now after this we will minus the trade discount. Less trade discount we are getting. How much discount
10%.
the supplier we are
Right.
basically providing us is 10%, right? 10% discount will be how much?
7,800.
7,800. So first of all, we will reduce this amount. And after this, we will get
70,200.
70,200 will be the balancing value. Now, after deducting the discount, we will now apply the CGST and SGST. So add CGST at the rate 6%. And again, SGST at the rate 6% on the final amount, on the 70,200, sorry, 70,200.
4212.
4212.
4,212.
So 4,212 rupees. Again 4,212 rupees. Now this is it. We will total this amount and write the final value.
78624.
78624. This is the final value. Okay. Now see, there is few extra columns when we just a minute. See, look at the solution of the 1st May only. See, what are we doing actually? We are basically making few extra columns. We are the date column is there, particulars, then invoice, then LF, then we have details, and instead of amount, we have the cost column. You can also write amount, there is no problem in it. And other than amount, other than the cost column, we have also made different column for CGST, SGST, and IGST. So just a minute, just a minute. Let me just write this as cost. So total cost of all the goods we have purchases is 70,200. 70,000. This is the 70,200, the total amount of cost. And CGST we have paid on this. Tell me, CGST, how much CGST we have paid? So CGST we have paid 4,212. And SGST we have paid on this is SGST is also same, sir. IGST is also 4,212. And after this, we will leave one more column because there is going to be IGST in the next transaction also. And finally, we will write the total amount. The only thing that we are doing here is we are making extra column just to indicate the total amount of taxes we have paid, total amount of IGST we have paid, total amount of CGST, and all other expenses. Like in other question, we are going to receive information regarding the freight, information regarding the cartridge. For other expenses other than the cost of purchase, if there is other expenses like CGST, IGST, cartridge, or just a minute, or any other expenses given, what we will do, we will make extra column for every kind of expenditure other than the cost of the goods we are purchasing. Getting my point? What, see, until now we were making this kind of purchase book only, right? But from now onwards, whatever the extra expenses we are making other than the cost of goods that we are purchasing, if we are paying for the CGST, IGST, if we are paying for the cartridge, if we are paying for the freight or any other expense, we will make a separate column for that, and we will be showing that particular expense in that particular column also. So now we will total this. Total was how much? 7, 8. Samisha, how much was the total? 7, 8?
78624.
78624. Now we will write the total like this. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
this
sir.
is, so this is how transaction will be recorded. So you can note down this part, and we will move to the next day. Just a minute. We will move to the next transaction. Let me know if you are done with this.
Finished.
You are finished. Okay. Halima, Peer.
Sir, doing.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Okay. Is there any doubt in understanding anything?
No, sir.
Just in this solution, we have just made an extra column for indicating the value of GST, SGST, and IST, and we have also made a separate column for indicating the value of total amount that we have spent.
Sir, what is the full form of all these GSTs?
CGST stand for Central Goods and Service Tax. SGST stand for State Goods and Service Tax. IGST stand for Interstate Goods and Service Tax. So these are the different types of taxes that is applicable on purchase or sale of goods, right?
Okay.
All right, let's move to the other transaction. Transaction on the 3rd. Bought from Messrs Kanodia Oil Mills, Delhi. We are buying from Messrs Kanodia. And what are the items that we are buying? We are buying 40 tins of oil at 1500 per tin. Then again, we are buying 20 tins of Banaspati oil, 900 per tin. All right. And we have got the trade discount of 5% as well. Earlier, we have got 10% discount, but this supplier is giving us 5% discount. CGST, SGST is same, 6%. See, whenever you sell goods in the same state, CGST and CGST and SGST is applicable. But whenever you purchase goods from the other state, in that case, IGST will be applicable. So see, on May 1st, we are buying from Messrs Chunnilal, who is from, he's located in Delhi, right? And we are also located in Delhi. Subhash General Store is located in Delhi, and the supplier is also located in Delhi. So here in this case, two kind of taxes will be applicable, CGST and SGST, right? Similarly, on the May 3rd transaction, we are purchasing from the Messrs Kanodia Oil Mills. This is located at Delhi, and Subhash General Store is also located at Delhi. Therefore, CGST and SGST is applicable. Now on May 4, we are purchasing goods from Hapur. Hapur is different from Delhi, right? So we are purchasing from other state. Therefore, in this case, IGST is applicable at the rate 12%. Is it clear, everyone? When CGST, SGST is applicable, when IGST is applicable.
Yes.
When you are buying goods from the same state, SGST, CGST. When buying goods from the other state, IGST will be applicable. All right. Other than this, there will be no change in the calculation part. Calculation will be done same. Now, on the regarding the method, we will record the transaction like this. See, what are we doing? We are buying from Messrs Kanodia Oil Mills Delhi. We will put on the date first of all. Then we are buying 40 tons oil at the rate 1500. So what will be the total value? 1500 into 4, 60,000, right? So we have wrote 60,000 here. After this, we are buying 20 tons of Banaspati oil at the rate 900 per ton. So this will be 900 into 20 will be 18,000, right? 60,000 plus 80,000, 18,000, how much it will be? It will be 78,000. And we, all right. And we are also getting a discount of 5%. 5% trade. So this will be 3,900 on 78,000. 5% of 78,000 will be 3,900. We will reduce the trade discount and we will get 74,100 as the final cost price. This is the cost of goods that we have bought. And other than cost, CGST is also applicable. SGST is also applicable. So CGST is 6%, SGST is 6%. Now the total value is 82,992, 82,992. All right. Now we will make a separate column for this. This column is basically for what? This is for cost. This is for, see in the previous slide, this column was for cost, right? And after this, we have this column for CGST, then SGST, then IGST, and the final amount, total value. So in this column, we are recording the cost price of the goods we have bought, 74,100. Then the CGST amount, 4,446, SGST amount, 4,446. And finally, the total amount, 82,992. Tell me guys, is it clear? Do I need to solve this on the notebook, or is it clear?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. So please write down this. Please note the solution. And we will, after this, we will move to the final transaction. Please note this down and let me know when you are done. What do you think? Are you guys finding it difficult or easy?
Sir, it's easy.
It is easy.
Very good. Nice.
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure, Madan.
Sir, like, can you send some MCQs
MCQs based on?
relating to the chapters?
I have sent those. In fact, all right. You haven't got the assignment and MCQs. I have sent the multiple choice questions and assignment regarding the previous chapter, cash book. I'll ask my team to forward the same to you guys. I think you haven't got the assignment and the questions.
No, sir. I
All right, never mind, no problem. I'll ask my team again today, and they will forward the assignment and everything else.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Please note this down and let me know when you are done. And please let me know if you are having any doubt and difficulty. Halima, Peer, and anyone else.
Sir, I did the
Are you
May
done?
4th transaction. So May 4th I have done. I'm not sure if it's correct. Can you check if it's correct? The May 4th
Okay,
one.
just a minute, just a minute. Yes, Amisha, tell me. So we have, first of all, on May 4th, we are buying 25 bags of gram, 480 per
Yes,
bag. So what is the total amount?
12,000 plus 1,000, 13,000. And
Hold on.
then
Yeah,
minus 650.
perfect.
12350
Right.
plus 1480.
This is IGST, correct?
Yeah, and 13830.
Correct. All right. Very good. Are you guys done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we proceed to the next transaction on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, this was the next transaction. Purchase from Messrs. Gupta Brothers, Hapur, from 25 bag grams at the rate 480 per bag, 40 bags of oats, and we have got 5% discount, and this time IGST is applicable. So this time we will be recording transaction like this. On May 3rd, we are buying goods from Gupta Brothers, Hapur, 25 grams bags of gram at 480 each. So this will be 480 into 25. We will have 12,000, right? After this, 40 bags at the rate 25 each. So we will have 1,000. Totaling these values, we will get 13,000. And the supplier is giving us 5% trade discount, and 5% of 13,000 will be 650, right? And after reducing this amount, we will have the cost of the good as 12,350. This cost will be recorded here. All right, never mind. Next is, after this 12,350, we will add the IGST. IGST is 12% of this final amount, 12,350. 12% of 12,350 is 1,482. And now the final value will be 12350 plus 1482 equals to 13,832. Tell me everyone, is it clear? Peer, Halima,
Yeah.
Mazen.
Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now after this, we will be making different columns for indicating value of cost, CGST, IGST, or anything else. So we have the column for cost. This will be 12,350. Then we have, this time there is no CGST, IGST, so it will be kept blank. And we have IGST as 1,482, right? So total value will be 12,350 plus 1,482. It will be 13,832. This is for the May 3rd, 13,800. Now we will have to make the basically calculate the total value of all the transactions that have taken place on May 3rd. Sorry, in the month of May. So total purchases, total cost of goods we have purchased 12,350 on May 3rd. Then on May 3rd again 74,100. Then on May 1st we have bought 70,200, right? So adding all of these value, we will get 1,56,650 as the cost of all the goods. And CGST we have paid 8,658, SGST 8,658, and IGST is only 1,482, and total amount will be 1,75,400. Is it clear, everyone? So now this
Yes.
final row is indicating what? Final row indicate the total value of everything. At the end of the month, you will just have to enter the total value of every transaction. Total value of cost, total value of CGST, total value of IGST, total value of everything. Please tell me, is it clear? Is there any doubt? You are having
No,
any problem?
clear,
So
sir.
please write this down and let me know when you are done. And after
Okay,
this,
sir.
I have a homework for you. And this is it for purchase book. We will discuss a few more questions based on this concept in the next class. And in the next class also, we will start the sales book and other kind of books. So in this chapter, we need to cover 5 subsidiary book: purchase book, sales book, purchase return, sales return, and there is one more subsidiary book is called journal proper. Please note this down.
Sir, finish.
Very good, Mazin. These questions are just lengthy. Otherwise, these are simple. These are easy. And make sure you revise everything. Keep on revising the other chapters, other questions that we have already done in the previous chapters, like cash book. You just keep on doing 1 or 2 questions randomly. Otherwise, you will forget the chapter. So make sure you keep on revising the chapters that we have already covered.
Okay.
Are you guys done, Halima, Peer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So take the screenshot of this. This will be your homework. Achha, let me. Okay, this is your homework. Take the screenshot,
Right. Okay.
or else I will share this share the slide with you.
Sir, finished the two screenshot.
Okay, finished with the screenshot. Okay, no problem. And also you do this question also. This both of these questions will be your homework. In this question, following purchases were made by Messrs. BK Gupta, Kolkata. Right? Prepare a purchase book. So there are how many transactions are there? 15 transactions are there. And I'm sure you will be able to do these questions. These are easy, and I don't think you are going to face any kind of difficulty. Just in case if there is any difficulty, let me know in the next class. We will resolve the issue. And this is it for today. We will be starting the sales book in the next class. We will do few more questions based on this concept. So Halima, Mazin, Samisha, Peer, is there any doubt? Steve, any doubt you want to ask? Anything?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nothing to ask.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Meet you. We'll see you tomorrow, and we will start a sales book probably in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll ask my team to share the assignment and the other things with you. I'll also share this slide with you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir.
Assalam.
Walaikum Assalam.